Hey guys, it's Tara again this morning so I want to talk about the Tiger King. I have now watched it twice. I'm probably going to watch it a third time because I find every time I watch it, I catch stuff I missed the first time. So David Spade has this little late night podcast slash YouTube show. I don't know. I'm not a huge David Spade fan. He's just not my type of comedian. But anyways, I discovered this on YouTube. He has literally interviewed almost everyone from the show. So Saf, the one that lost her arm, or his arm, he likes to be a he, so that's fine. He lost his arm. They talked to Ranky, which was the manager. They talked to John Finley, who was the first husband. Yeah, so, but there is a huge rumor going around that they're making the Tiger King into a movie. And, of course, who doesn't want to see Joe Dirt play Joe Exotic? Okay, I will personally campaign for this. I think this is the best idea. I think the Tiger King was so interesting and intriguing, and I think, of course, it swept the masses, right? Everyone has now seen this or heard of it. If you haven't seen it, it's not for everyone. I will say that. It's not for everyone, but I would at least try to get through it. It's an interesting show. It's a very interesting topic. You know, the worst part about the whole documentary was the cats. None of them were taking proper care of them. They were all doing something wrong and bad, and I felt really bad for the cats that were supposedly in a sanctuary or this amazing zoo. Like, no, bitches, no. The cats suffered tremendously, and I hate that. But character-wise, you couldn't have gotten a better cast full of hooligans, you know? Like, holy crap, is it funny to kind of watch just how people meet each other and come together and why and ulterior motives. And, you know, you're basically watching cons con each other, and it's so intriguing. And let me, for the record, say that no, I do not believe Joe Exotic should be in jail for the amount of time they gave him. I don't think the murder for hire plot was a solid case. If so, Jeff Lowe and that Allen dude would also be sitting in prison. Joe Exotic, of course, was stupid. But was he, though? Because he was able to do a lot of things. So he's not a stupid man. Yeah, he makes mistakes and sometimes he talks out his ass. But he's not stupid, per se. And he is most certainly smart enough to know that he has been bashing Carole Baskin on his internet show for years. He would have to at some point know, okay, if this lady dies, I'm gonna be the first person looked at. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, he would be the number one suspect simply because of his words, his own actions, his own words. So if we're going off of that, and let's just say he is stupid. I don't believe he's completely stupid. I think he's borderline. But, you know, he has to have enough common sense to know that he cannot repeatedly threaten this act and then try to hire somebody to do it and then not think it was him. So I don't think that Joe was necessarily the mastermind behind that. I think Jeff Lowe and Allen had their own plan, and then in the course of the plan they decided to set Joe up for it. I don't believe Joe was in that on his own. I honestly believe Jeff Lowe was really the grounding force behind that. You know, he says he's the one that Google searched her. He's Google searched her location. He got the bike path. Like, He blatantly says it in the whole show. Like, how can a prosecutor solely go after Joe Exotic if they've watched any of these interviews with these people? Like, come on. And Carol fucking Baskin. Hey, all you cats and kittens.
Sometimes I do think they spend too much time couponing.
Bitch, please. You killed your damn husband. I don't know if you fed him to the top. I don't know what in God's green earth you did with him, but bitch, you did it. We all know you did it. You're lucky as hell you're not sitting in a jail cell right now because they just couldn't prove you did it because obviously the police work was shit. And I do believe that because I genuinely believe she did it. There was no other person that had a motive and opportunity, you know, people, places, and things. Same thing they teach you with, you know, drug abuse when you're trying to get clean. People, places, and things. If you look at the people, places, and things with his disappearance, which let's just, you know, the will saying upon my disappearance, police department. Come on. Like, come on. It's so obvious, okay? She had the people, she had the place, she had the time, people, places, and things. She had all those aligned in her world for her to be able to pull this off flawlessly. And I think her dad helped. I don't think she did it alone. I don't think she was strong enough to do it alone. Not mentally strong enough. I don't think she was physically strong enough. Definitely had help. I definitely put my money on her dad. But yeah, bitch totally killed her husband. David Spade would be the perfect Joe Exotic if they make the movie, which, oh man, am I praying they do. God, would I be the first in line to get those tickets. Like, and I wish they would come out with a season 2. I feel like we need more to the story. I just, you know, you're leaving fans really wanting more. You've done your job, Netflix, releasing this under quarantine. Y'all know what you doing, don't you? Like, holy smokes. But yeah, if Joe Dirt could play Joe Exotic, can you just picture it now? It would be amazing, and it would be, although I hope he brings some seriousness to it, the role if he takes it, because I feel like there was a serious side of Joe. I don't want it to be all funny and goofy and over the top, and, you know, he's this, you know, flaming gay. I don't like using that word, but that's, you know, that's what he says in the movie, or in the documentary, so I'm going to take his words. But I don't want it to be so exaggerated that it's not even realistic. Like, Joe was a real person, and he needs, whoever plays in those roles needs to be able to bring it down to a real sense, and then also make it funny and entertaining, because Joe Exotic is, you know, he is the entertainer. He's the, you know, he's the funny man. He's the, you know, and yeah, we need that. But if you're gonna really do a movie, we need all the sides of him. And he had a serious, deep inner side. And I think Joe was really troubled. I think a lot of the people there were really troubled. And I don't think what was done to Joe was fair. I think everybody played a hand. I think a lot more people need to go to jail. And I think Joe's prison sentence needs cut down. Do I think he should be there for animal abuse? Absolutely. Wrongdoing or abuse or how, I don't know, whatever you want to call it in the animal world, you know, he wasn't running his zoo the correct way. And yes, I do think that he should pay the price for that. Now, that being said, though, none of them are running their place the right way. So they should all be in jail for that. Jeff Lowe and James and Alan should definitely be in jail for the murder for hire. And yeah, I really hope this movie gets made. I hope there's a season 2. I'm sure they've got more footage. So yeah, I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the Tiger King. I've mentioned it in a few videos, but I've kind of skipped through like my real main parts. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. Everyone, please go check it out. It might not be your cup of tea, and I understand that. It's eccentric. It's eccentric. But give it a try. Anyways, you know, you'll be entertained. You may find it stupid, but the characters will entertain you anyways, or at least some of them will. So yeah, go check that out. Check out the David Spade thing on YouTube. Flagrant or Flagrant, whatever he is. He's on YouTube also. He's done a couple podcasts and interviewed done a couple episodes about the Tiger King. So yeah, check those out. Subscribe to them. Subscribe to me, and I'll talk to you later.